Children, let us start the new chapter, that is physics chapter, force and laws of motion. Force and laws of motion. In our everyday life, we observe that some effort is required to put a stationary object into motion or to stop a moving object. This effort is called force. In this chapter, we will study about force, its effect, types and concerned laws, etc. We ordinarily experience this as muscular effort and say that we must push or hit or pull on an object to change its state of motion. See, the trolley moves along the direction we push it. The drawer is pulled, it comes out. The hockey stick hits the ball forward. In all the cases, force is applied in the form of push, pull, or hitting. The concept of force is based on this push, hit, or pull. In fact, no one has seen, tasted, or felt a force. However, we always see or feel the effect of a force. Force cannot be seen, force cannot be felt, but we can feel the effect of force. We can see the effect of force. It can only be explained by describing what happens when a force is applied to an object. Here, when force is applied to object, it moves in this direction. When force is applied in this direction, and when a draw is pulled in this direction, draw comes out in this direction. So pushing, hitting and pulling of an object are ways of bringing object in motion. Pushing brings object in motion, hitting also brings the object in motion, and pulling of an object also brings the object in motion. They move because we make a force act on them. Here, we make a force act on the trolley, we make a force act on the drawer, and we make a force act on the ball. In all the situation, force is applied on the object to move it. From your studies in earlier classes, you are also familiar with the fact that a force can be used to change the magnitude of velocity of an object. Means force can increase the velocity or decrease the velocity. Force can change the speed. Force can also change the direction of the movement of the object. To change the direction of the motion, we have to apply the force. In the previous chapter, we described the motion of an object along a straight line in terms of its position, velocity and acceleration. That you have studied that motion is a change of state of position of a body. Velocity is the change of displacement and acceleration is the change of velocity. These are the terms related with the motion. And also you studied about the uniform motion and non-uniform motion. We have not yet discovered the causes of motion. Why does the speed of an object change with time? All this motion require cause or not, that also not discovered. If so, what is the nature of this cause of the motion? Scientists named Galileo Galilei and Sir Isaac Newton developed an entirely different approach to understand motion. From your studies in earlier classes, you are familiar with the fact that force can be used to change the magnitude of velocity of an object or to change its direction of motion. We also know that force can change the shape and size of an object. Here you observe force changes the position of an object, and also force changes the magnitude of velocity of an object, and also force changes the direction, and together with that force changes the shape of and size of the object also. Force changes shape and size of the object. See here, by applying the force on this object, shape and size changes. Here it is elongated. The force is applied on both the side to pull it. The force is applied in the form of pulling, and the string expanded here. The shape of the string changed. So this is one of the effect of the force. Here also force is applied on a ball. Here in the first case, a spring expands on application of force. In the second, a spherical rubber ball becomes oblong. It is obligated as we apply force on it. Here, this is one of the example for the change of shape of the object by the application of the force. Here, the force is applied in the form of pull. Here, the force is applied in the form of push. Here, force is applied by the hand on the ball in opposite direction. So, the shape of the ball is changed. In this case also, force is applied on the object on the string in the opposite direction. See the direction of the force, and the string is expanded. These are the effect of forces. So you can say that force is a push or pull which can change the state of rest or state of motion of an object, and also shape and size of an object. Force cannot be seen, but its effect on an object can be felt. Force can bring the stationary object in motion. Force can stop a moving object. Force can change the direction of motion of an object. Force can change the shape and size of object. Force is a vector quantity and its SI unit is Newton. And also you know that 1 Newton equals 1 kg ms to the power of -2. Then you write about force. So what is force? Force is a push or pull which can change the state of rest or state of motion of an object, and also change the shape and size of an object. This is about the force. Force is a push or pull which can change the state of rest or state of motion of an object, and also change the shape and size of an object. Force cannot be seen, but its effect on an object can be felt. Force cannot be seen, but its effect on an object can be felt. Force can bring the stationary object in motion. Force can bring the stationary object in motion. Force can stop a moving object. Force can stop a moving object. Force can change the direction of an object, direction of motion of an object. Force can change the direction of motion of an object. Force can change shape and size of an object. Force can change the shape and size of an object, and these are the effect of forces. Here you take, these are the effect of forces. That is, change in the state of motion, change in the shape and size of an object. Stationary object starts to move, and moving object stop, and direction of the motion of the object changes, and shape and size of an object changes. All these are the effect of forces. And what is the SI unit of force? SI unit of the force is Newton. SI unit of the force is Newton, and 1 Newton equals 1 kg ms to the power of -2, or you can write 1 N equals 1 kg per 1 kgm per s to the power of 2. kgm per s square. That is the unit of the SI unit of the force. And you know that force is a vector quantity. You know about the scalar quantity and vector quantity. Here force is an vector quantity because you know that F is equals, next you can learn this, F is equals to m into A. A is the acceleration, as acceleration is a vector quantity. Force is also vector quantity. And you know that application of the direction of the force. Here the force is applied in which direction is to be considered. So therefore it is an vector quantity. Force is also vector quantity. Next let us discuss about the balanced forces and unbalanced forces. Now you consider an example here. In this figure there is a wooden block on a horizontal table. It is a wooden block on a horizontal table. Two strings X and Y. X is one string tied to the one faces of the wooden box, and Y is other string tied to the other faces of the wooden box. Two strings X and Y are tied to the two opposite faces of the block as shown in the figure. If we apply a force by pulling the string X, consider if we are pulling the string X, then the wooden box moves in the direction of the application of force, that is in this direction. The block begins to move to the right because the force is applied by the string X, by pulling the string X. If we pull the string Y, the block moves to the left side. Block moves to the left. But if the block is pulled from both the sides with equal forces, here the block is pulled by X and by Y, by pulling X and Y, applying the equal amount of forces, then what happens to the block? Is it moves? Or if it moves, in which direction it moves? If we apply the equal amount of force, the block will not move. Here the forces are balanced forces because equal amount of forces are applied on the block in the opposite direction. So the net force acting on the block is 0. The block will not move if equal amount of forces is applied on the block. Such forces are called balanced forces and do not change the state of rest or of motion of an object. These balanced forces do not change the state of rest or state of motion of an object. In this situation, two forces of equal magnitude are acting on a wooden block in the opposite direction. Let us consider a situation in which two opposite forces of different magnitudes pull the block. In the first situation, two equal forces means they are of equal magnitude, which are in the form of pull, are acting on the wooden block. As they are equal, there is no any change in the position of the wooden block because of the balanced forces. Now if you consider the situation in which two opposite forces of different magnitudes pull the block, here the force by X and Y are not equal. They are pulled with unequal forces. What happens to the block? The two forces are not balanced and the unbalanced forces acts in this direction. The block moves. Here the block will move in the direction of the greater force. Block will move in the direction of the greater force. The block would begin to move in the direction of the greater force. So in this situation, in the second situation, the forces are unbalanced forces. Let the magnitude of the forces are 2n in this direction by x, and here also 2n by y in this direction. Here both are equal forces, so the balanced forces are here and block will not move. If the force in this direction is 3n, then they are not equal forces, and then the block will move in the direction of the greater force. So in the first case, if both are equals 2n to n, the forces are balanced force, and in the second case they are unequal, so they are the unbalanced forces. And in the case of unbalanced force, the block will move in the direction of the greater force. That is about the balanced force and unbalanced force. Now let us consider one more situation. What happens when some children try to push a box on a rough floor? See, here there is a box on the rough floor. Children try to push a box on this rough floor. If they push the box with a small force, the box does not move. Why the box does not move? Because of friction acting in a direction opposite to the push by the children. See, here there is a frictional force. What is that friction here? This friction force arises between two surfaces in contact. Here, which are the two surfaces in contact? Surface of the box and surface of the floor are in contact. So there is a force, friction force. Friction force is arise between the two surfaces. So this friction force balances the pushing force. Friction force balances the pushing force. Therefore, the box does not move. Here, the children pushes the box, but the box will not move because the forces are balanced forces. The other force is there, that is the friction force. Friction force and that push force by the children becomes the balanced force, so the box will not move. Next you come to the second figure. The children push the box harder, but the box still does not move. Here the effort is more. They pushes more here. They exert more force on the box, but the box will not move because the friction force still balances the pushing force. Even though they push with more effort, the box will not move. Still, the friction force balances the pushing force. In the third case, the children push the box harder still. The pushing force becomes bigger than the friction force. Then, because of the unbalanced force, the box starts moving. In the first and second case, the force is balanced. But in the third case, because of the hard pushing, the pushing force becomes more than the friction force, and there is a unbalanced force which causes the box to move. That is about the balanced force and unbalanced force. What happens when we ride a bicycle? When we stop pedaling, the bicycle begins to slow down. This is again because of the friction forces acting opposite to the direction of motion. In order to keep the bicycle moving, we have to start pedaling again. It thus appears that an object maintains its motion under the continuous application of an unbalanced force. However, it is quite incorrect. An object moves with a uniform velocity when the forces acting on the object are balanced and there is no net external force on it. If an unbalanced force is applied on the object, there will be change either in its speed or in the direction of its motion. Thus, to increase the speed of an object, an unbalanced force is required and the change in its speed or in the direction of motion would continue as long as this unbalanced force is applied. Then you write balanced forces. What is balanced forces? If the net effect of all the forces acting on an object is 0, net effect of all the forces acting on object is 0, then the forces are called balanced forces. Forces are called balanced forces. If balanced forces are acting on object, then it appears as if no force acting on it, because there is no any change in the position of the object. There is no any change in the speed of the object, in the direction of this object. Therefore, we can say that if balanced forces are acting on an object, then it appears as if no force acting on it. An object under the effect of balanced forces cannot change its state of motion or rest. Here, why it appears as if no force acting on it? Balanced forces cannot change its state of motion or rest. If balanced forces are acting on an object in uniform motion, when the object is in uniform motion, if balanced forces are acting on it, the object remains in state of uniform motion. There is no any change in the motion. The object which is in the uniform motion remains in the same state of uniform motion if the balanced forces are acting on that object which is in uniform motion. That is about the balanced forces. Next, let us take unbalanced forces. So you write, what are unbalanced forces? If the net effect of all the forces acting on object is not 0. If the net effect of all the forces acting on object is not 0, then these forces are called unbalanced forces. These forces are called unbalanced forces. Unbalanced forces can move a stationary object or can stop a moving object. When a force is applied on a moving object, the object stops. Moving object can stop by the unbalanced forces and the stationary object can start to move by the unbalanced forces. These are the effect of the unbalanced forces and also effect of balanced forces.